In Creo Parametric, you can perform Computational Fluid Dynamics, or CFD, using the real-time simulation capabilities of Creo Simulation Live. Let's take a look at how to do that. Here I have a very simple part over here. Let me activate a cross-section. It is essentially a big pipe going along here with a smaller pipe coming in over on the side. Let's deactivate the cross-section. To use Creo Simulation Live, you go to the Live Simulation tab over here. It is loading the libraries. Now I can add a simulation. Previously in Creo Parametric 6.0 and earlier, you could do structural, thermal, and modal simulations. Now, starting in Creo Parametric 7.0, you can do fluid simulation studies. Let me click on the icon over here. Now I have my fluid study activated. You can define boundary conditions and thermal conditions. Right now, most of the icons are grayed out because the first thing that you need to define is your fluid domain. And the two main ways of doing that are by selecting or defining an internal volume or an enclosure volume. With the enclosure volume, that's if you are simulating the flow of fluids around the exterior of the part. But I want fluids going through these different pipes, so this will be an internal volume. Now I've got the dashboard. I need to specify my bounding surfaces and a seed surface, so I will select this surface of the flange. Let me rotate and hold down the control key and pick that surface, and hold down the control key and pick the third surface. And I didn't even have to pick a seed surface. It automatically selected one for me, and there you can see a preview of the internal volume that's being created. Let's hit the check mark to complete out of there. Here's my fluid domain. The next thing I need to do is specify what fluid will be flowing through the domain. So I can right click on it and choose Edit Materials. And here we have the materials that are provided automatically in Creo Parametric 7.0. I'm just going to use air flowing through here. So I will right click and choose Add to Model and then OK. I can expand this junction box next to the fluid, and there you can see the air is in there. All right, for defining our boundary conditions, I'll do some inlet and outlet pressures. So for the inlet, let me start off and I'll select this inlet surface over here. And in the pressure dialog box, you have a drop-down list that you can use to change the set of units. I am more comfortable with PSI rather than my default model units of pound mass per inch second squared. And for this pressure over here, let's start off with a value of 100 and click the OK button. And on the other side over here, I'm going to have an inlet pressure as well. Let me choose inlet pressure, and I'll pick this surface. And once again, let's change our units to PSI. And I'm going to start out with this being a lower value than the other side. So let's use a value of 60 and then click the OK button. And now to define an outlet, we'll do outlet pressure, and I'll pick this surface over here. And I'm going to still change this to PSI, but I'm just going to leave the value as 0. I will click the OK button. And this is enough for me to start doing a simulation. One thing I want to mention is that computational fluid dynamics is multi-physics. It actually combines the effects of multiple different fields. So in addition to fluid fields, you can also use temperature fields as well inside of here. So that's why you have some of the choices like temperature and convection and heat flow, like you were doing a thermal analysis. To begin seeing the results of this, actually before I click on this icon over here, I'm going to go to the Study Overflow menu to show you a couple different options in here. You can choose a time limit if you want, if you just want this to run for a set number of seconds, or you can actually change this to other units like days or hours. Let me change this back to no limit and click the OK button. Also from here, you can change your performance options. So right now I have it cranked up towards speed rather than accuracy for the sake of this video. Let me click the close button out of there, and let's start seeing the results of the analysis. We'll click on the Simulate button in the graphics toolbar, and you can see the results computing on the screen over here. And right now we are at 1,000th of a second. Let me bring this results dialog box over here. We have a drop down list, and you can display, instead of velocity, you could show the pressure or the temperature. Everything's at the same temperature in this case, or vortices, lambda 2. I don't even know what that is. And let's go back to velocity. If you're doing velocity, you can also change which components you're displaying. For example, if you are only interested in the velocity in the y direction relative to this coordinate system over here, you go back to some. And you can also change the set of units that this is reported in. You can also change whether you're doing the maximum value or minimum value, and there's some other different choices inside of here as well. You can also change the color bands and how it's being displayed inside of there. Right now, as this is progressing on here, we are showing the results. There are some other choices that you can use in here, like you can show streamlines. And let me turn off this one over here, and you can see how it's flowing through here, and this is combining in there a little bit. Another one that I like is using the particles. Let me turn on show particles, turn off the streamlines. And this one I find really easy to understand. This is the one that I have come to prefer as I'm using this in here. Another result that you can use, let me turn off the particles. There's a choice in here for a direction field. All right, so here are the results for the direction field. I'll be honest, I have had some issues with this. Sometimes when I go to direction field, Creo Parametric is not happy and decides to go home. Let's turn off the direction field and go back to our particles over here. So again, you can see how these are mixing in here to go to the outlet. And now that we have taken a look at the first scenario where we have the differential in the pressures, let's start making some changes in here. Let's go to the boundary conditions, and I'm going to change the inlet pressure over on the other side. Let's edit definition and change that to be the same value over on the other side. Now let's take a look at cranking up the pressure over on the other side. This time I want to start over from the very beginning. Let's go to the inlet pressure and change this one. Let's make it 150 over on the right, and then click the OK button. And now start up the simulation again, and it's showing our results over here. That's pretty interesting. Let me change to the particles. There you can see how it is behaving at this juncture over on the side, the effect that it's having over there as the fluids at the different pressure are combining with each other. So that's neat. And one of the big things about Creo Simulation Live is that this is real-time simulation, which means that you can continue working as you are making changes to the model. So for example, if I go to the model tab over here, I can start adding more features and seeing the effect of it as I'm working. I'm going to edit the definition of a sketch, which will end up making some changes, or actually is going to pause the simulation because I'm going into sketch mode. And I want to see what happens if I change the location of this. All right, I will hit the check mark over here, and you can see that it is re-updating the analysis. So again, you make the changes and it updates automatically. You can just leave Creo Simulation Live, leave the different simulations running as you are doing your design work in the model. And I'm just going to let this run for a few more seconds so we can see the net result. All right, I let this run for a few minutes. The elapsed time in the simulation is 0.16 seconds. And I think you can see that we've pretty much reached a steady state in terms of the flow. So those are some of the basics of using the new Computational Fluid Dynamics functionality in Creo Simulation Live in Creo Parametric 7.0. I hope you enjoyed this video. For more information, please visit www.creowindchill.com. If you learned something from this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like this video, please click the subscribe button and ring the bell to be informed when new videos are uploaded. Thank you very much.